Peace and blessings to you all, friends, and welcome to this explainer. Look, let me be completely real with you for a second. Have you ever set a massive, life-changing goal at, say, 2 a.m.? You know exactly the feeling I'm talking about. You're lying there, staring at the ceiling, and you promise yourself with absolute certainty that this is it. This is the moment you turn everything around. You're finally going to get your life totally together, wake up before the sun, conquer the world, and just be this flawless human being. You start off incredibly strong. And then, by 2 p.m. the very next day, you find yourself completely exhausted, eating snacks on the couch, right back exactly where you started? Yeah, me too. Honestly, it is universally exhausting. We constantly beat ourselves up thinking, oh, I'm just not smart enough, or I'm not talented enough, or maybe we just lack that magical divine discipline that successful people somehow seem to have been born with. But here is the genuine, absolutely liberating truth that no one is telling you. You are not broken. Not at all. You are just exhausted. And you're exhausted because you're trying to carry the massive weight of your goals using nothing but sheer motivation. And motivation, my friends, that is just a fleeting feeling. Willpower absolutely runs out. But systems do not care if you're having a bad day. They don't care if you woke up tired. They just work. So today, we are going to completely re-engineer how you operate. Okay, let's dive into this. Why does success constantly feel like you're trying to push a massive boulder up a very steep hill while wearing flip-flops? Well, most of us are walking around fully believing a myth. We think successful people magically rise to the top because they possess some incredibly rare talent or some superhuman willpower. Spoiler alert, they really don't. Success only feels heavy and exhausting when you rely entirely on your feelings to get things done. Because let's face it, our feelings are super fickle. When life gets heavy, discipline breaks. It's just human nature. But when you build structured systems, your life is suddenly organized in a way that makes progress practically unavoidable. You see, failing to make progress isn't some deep indicator of your worth as a human being. It's literally just what happens when you try to live without systems. So, drop the guilt. You don't need to punish yourself for being tired. You really just need a better structure. We are constantly being bombarded by this endless hustle culture, telling us to just set bigger goals. I want to be successful. I want to be fit. I want more peace in my life. And hey, there is absolutely nothing wrong with having a pure good intention. But here's the catch. Goals are just the finish line. They give you direction, sure, but they completely fail to show you the actual road to get there. Like, if you simply wish to be fit, that's a goal. But actually waking up, moving your body respectfully, and eating with intention every single day, that is a system. Goals are just wishes. Systems are an entire way of living. And honestly, your daily life right now is a perfect reflection of your current systems. If your day is messy, rushed, and totally chaotic, well, your results are going to be exactly the same, no matter how pure or amazing your intentions are. Direction is great, but systems give you momentum. And momentum is what makes change feel absolutely effortless over time. All right, let's move right along to layer 1, the foundation. This is all about energy. So time management is a very popular buzzword right now, but let me tell you a little secret. Time management is completely and utterly useless without energy management. Before you even start worrying about your productivity or stressing over money or chasing grand achievements, you have to look at your human body. You cannot build a massive skyscraper on a cracked foundation, right? If simple tasks feel way too heavy, if good plans just feel impossible to execute, it is not a lack of discipline. It's simply because you are trying to build success on an exhausted body and a completely foggy mind. We have to honor the bodies we've been given as a trust. Truly successful people do not just push harder when they're exhausted. They don't gloriously burn the midnight oil to the point of total collapse. Instead, they regulate their physical fuel so that discipline actually feels completely natural. Your energy is literally the fuel for your entire life, and the system here is built on 3 simple, non-negotiable rules. First, sleep with intention. Go to bed and wake up at consistent times to actually respect your body's natural rhythm. Second, move your body daily. It doesn't have to be a crazy marathon, just keep the vessel healthy and moving. And third, eat for focus, not for that inevitable mid-afternoon sugar crash. Because when your body is regulated, your mind naturally follows. Your emotions calm down, your decisions get so much clearer, and suddenly, discipline isn't painful anymore. Moving up from the physical body, we reach layer 2, the internal. This is where we manage focus and identity. Think about it this way. If energy is the engine, focus is the steering wheel. And let's just be totally honest with ourselves, we live in an era of constant buzzing, nonstop distraction. We're out here trying to achieve greatness while simultaneously reacting to social media notifications, endless text messages, and the digital noise of 100 shiny little things constantly begging for our attention. We literally have 50 tabs open in our browsers and 50 tabs open in our brains. And then we sit there wondering, gee, why isn't anything moving forward?
It's a beautifully absurd comedy of our modern age. But what you pay attention to, you ultimately become. If your focus is completely scattered, your life's results are going to be scattered too. And this brilliantly illustrates that the solution to all that digital noise isn't just working 16-hour days until you drop dead. It's about protected hours. This means actively, intentionally choosing just one or two truly meaningful priorities for your day and completely eliminating the distractions before you even begin. You deliberately decide exactly when the work starts and, just as importantly, exactly when it ends. Focus is not about trying harder. It is quite literally about removing what does not matter. It's about putting the phone in another room, creating a dedicated space, and telling your brain, okay, this is where we do the work that actually matters. You stop reacting to the noise of the world, and you start actively creating your own life.
Now brace yourselves, because this right here is the profound paradigm shift. This is the identity system, and I'm telling you, it changes absolutely everything. Every action you take is a vote for the person you're becoming. You see, most people try to change their outward behavior without ever actually changing how they view themselves on the inside. They say, I really want to be disciplined, but deep down in their hearts, they still see themselves as a chronic procrastinator who always struggles. And so what happens? Their actions eventually drift right back to match that old identity. If you want true, lasting transformation, you must stop asking yourself, what should I do? And start asking, who am I becoming? Once your internal identity shifts, your behavior just naturally follows. Every single small, positive action you take is really just a tiny vote proving to yourself that you are indeed this new person. You don't have to force consistency anymore because it just organically becomes who you are. Once we've mastered those internal layers, we finally arrive at the top. Layer 3, the external. This covers execution and environment. This is exactly where we interact with the physical world around us to turn our internal identity into an external, tangible reality. Because look, having beautiful ideas and noble intentions is wonderful. It really is. But ideas alone do not change lives. Execution does. Most people fail not because their ideas are bad, but simply because they sit around waiting for the perfect moment to act. They overthink it, they delay it, and the momentum just slowly dies out. So we fix this with 3 super simple steps for the execution system. First, break those massive, intimidating goals down into tiny, completely manageable actions. Second, don't just schedule the vague intention to do something, schedule a specific, exact action on your calendar. And third, focus purely on progress, not perfection. If success keeps feeling way too heavy, it's simply because starting feels too hard. By making the tasks incredibly small, you drastically reduce the friction. You lower the barrier to entry so much that you literally can't help but take action. And once you start, even if it is totally messy and imperfect, momentum inevitably takes over. Action creates clarity, my friends, and clarity creates confidence. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that almost all of us fall into this exact same trap. We constantly try to rely on our own willpower to fight our environment. But listen closely to this. Your environment shapes your behavior far, far more than your willpower ever will. Think about it. If your workspace is totally filled with distractions, you are going to be distracted. If your phone is sitting right there, buzzing on your desk, you are absolutely going to look at it. Highly successful people do not fight their environment. They design it. They make success completely automatic. They place reminders of their goals exactly where they can easily see them. They deliberately remove temptations long before they even become problems. And they carefully, intentionally curate exactly what they watch, read, and listen to. If you just take a moment to clean your space and organize your tools, your environment suddenly stops being a stressful battlefield and actually starts silently pulling you towards success. Okay, I know you are probably feeling a massive mix of inspiration and maybe a little bit of overwhelm right now. You might be sitting there thinking you need to completely overhaul your entire life by tomorrow morning. Please, I am begging you, do not try to change your whole life by tomorrow. Actually, scratch that. Don't even try to change half your life by tomorrow. That is exactly how people burn out and completely quit. The absolute key here, the secret sauce, is the number 1. You just start with 1. Maybe this week your only focus is fixing your sleep schedule to build up your energy system. That's it. Or maybe it's just putting your phone in another room for 1 single protected hour a day. Systems do not magically transform your life overnight. They compound over time. So build slowly. Build intentionally. Remember, success is only hard until your systems start doing all the heavy lifting for you. And so we arrive at the very end of our explainer today with the absolute most important question of all. Which system will you build today? Will it be energy, focus, identity, execution, or environment? Seriously, don't try to conquer the whole world all at once. Just pick one. Make one small change and cast one single vote for the amazing person you are becoming. The entire roadmap is sitting right in front of you, and I promise, Your future self is already thanking you for taking that very first step. Keep it super simple, keep it consistent, and just watch how much lighter the journey to success truly becomes.